Welcome back. And now we are on listening experience number 11. Today we're going to start talking about chordophones. Chordophones are musical instruments that are defined by the vibration of a string is what makes sound on any chordophone. You can see some descriptions here and a few pictures of what the kinds of instruments are that we're talking about. The one we're going to start with is the Celtic harp. We actually own 3 of these. There's 2 of them that have levers and one that is just a straight harp. You have to change the pitch by tuning each string. The way a typical Celtic harp works is you can change the pitch of any given string up or down a half step by flipping a lever. And if you look, they're color-coded. C, the note C is red, and F's are either dark blue or black. And then you can adjust accordingly, like to make all the F's sharp, so you're in the key of G, you would flip the little lever the direction that it makes it go, a half step higher. So you make them all into F sharps. I don't know that it's standardized. It's either up or down. It'll take you about 3 seconds to figure it out. Any chordophone, specifically the Celtic harp, the sound is made when you actually pluck the string and it vibrates. So that is the cause of the sound. Actually, the word harp means to pluck. That's where the word comes from. The Celtic harp is part of the Irish national identity and has been for a very long time. They even have one featured on their coat of arms, and some Irish flags, they put a harp on them too. Most of the strings are made of metal. You can find them made out of nylon. A couple of the harps we have nylon strings mixed with metal strings. Once they get to a certain length, you have to have metal or they just won't work right on modern ones. Most Celtic harps are triangular in shape. You can see how these are built here on the screen. The harp is arguably the one of the oldest instruments known to man. There's evidence of them playing it, back in prehistory. And even the Greek and Roman gods used them. One interesting note, when Queen Elizabeth I was the leader of the English monarchy, any time they found an Irish harpist, they were considered an enemy of the state and they would be hanged by the neck until dead. So just keep that in mind if you ever happen to time travel back to the time of Queen Elizabeth I. Don't go around them if you're an Irish harpist. That would be good advice. So the legendary Irish chieftain who owned the first harp, and this is more legend and lore, his name was Dagda. So in Irish storytelling and big long stories, they would mention Dagda as the the father of all harpists. And there was a guy known as Ireland's last bard. A bard was somebody that would travel around and make their living telling stories, basically. His name was Turlo o Carolan, and he was blind. So when he would sing and play his harp, people would give him room and board and feed him. So there you go. A little bit about the Celtic harp. Let's take a listen now to this tune called Carolan's Dream, played on the Irish harp. Well, there you have some Irish harp, Celtic harp, as it were. And next week we will look at the banjo, which is strictly speaking known as a lute. But you'll get to hear this little guy play some for you. All right, we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.